Hello everyone, it's Quest here today, and I want to talk about the Darkspawn in Dragon Age Veilguard. I think they utterly suck. The design is stupid. They are just mindless zombies just charging at you, and it's kind of boring. Not gonna lie, the creativity that this game has is so diminished from the previous games. It's just not fun to play. It's just chopping through cannon fodder of Darkspawn that just want to have a go at you with their claws and yeah, so it's just really boring. Like before, we had these organized beings of corruptedness and mystery, and they had that sort of what are they? What is it? And now they've kind of been defined and dumbed down to a zombie-like, boring creature that is corrupted and stuff like that. It's just boring, to be honest. Whereas they had their sort of own armor, their own weapons, their swords and shields, their own tactical enemy units, sort of the shriekers that would be invisible, then strike at you when you like on your back and stuff. And even Inquisition had unique ones, sort of like the big heavy swinger and stuff. Of course, the Veilguard has that kind of person, but they were more slimmer down and armored up and bulky. They were like tanks, but with the deadly weapons swinging it and stuff like that, and as well as like the shield bearers and stuff, the Hurlocks and stuff like that. But now it's sort of like I'm not even seeing that much. I'm seeing what do you call them? Zombie sort of monkey looking kind of things too. They look reminiscent of like chimpanzees in some way for some reason. Just the face it looks weird. But they're meant to be corrupted humans and stuff like that. But like it's just no armor, no like even grown armor or anything like that. It's just like, hey, we're bare chested and we're just gonna run at you and get instantly killed by you for some reason. It just seems like there's just no thought. There's no unique weapons from them or anything anymore, or unique armor from them anymore. Like, remember like the general kind of looking Darkspawn that had armor on? Yeah, they looked ace. I loved them. I loved them with the axe and stuff when, they used to come in and attack you or sword and board. And, it just showed there was rankings and stuff, as well as, there was just some thought put into it. It's like, oh, this is what the army of the Darkspawn like. And you can say like, oh, Veilguard, apparently one of the gods sort of experimented with the Darkspawn, and this is what we get. It's like, okay, yeah, but even, when an archdemon was corrupted by the blight and stuff like that, and the taint and stuff, it's just like the Darkspawn still had a sort of this intelligence about him to create arms and armor to take over the world, to blight it completely, and stuff like that, to eradicate all, all life basically. It feels like their goal is. But yeah, there's just, none of. There is still the goal of eliminate everything, make it all blighted and stuff, but now they just do it like mindlessly and grossly. There's no tactics to them and stuff. It's just like, I'm pretty sure the blight had its own intelligence on its own when it was just, in the deep roads attacking and stuff. And then when an archdemon, it fully gained them like a will to attack things and stuff, like to properly strategize and stuff. And then sort of in, I think it's called Awakening, there was Darkspawn that sort of had a mind of their own, and they could have tactics, and they attacked in like different places, and they were different tactics, taking prisoners and all that stuff. I thought it was like really cool. It made the Darkspawn really interesting and more of a people, of a corrupted people, to be honest, that want to take over the world for some reason. That reason being that they want everything like themselves, I guess, to be blighted. And I imagine, is to think it's the right way. Or it's like, I mean, with the context of Veilguard, it's sort of like revenge upon you know, the Dread Wolf and the good gods, if you can think of any. I don't think there's any, but like, just life in general, they feel like they're being robbed. So yeah, and that kind of thing. Whereas like now in Veilguard, they're just sort of, like I said, just so boring. And they're just slaves of this, elven god. Can't even remember the name. Is really annoying. I haven't committed it to memory because it just doesn't feel great anymore and stuff like that. Um, which is it's disappointing. Like fighting the archdemon well, I can't even remember, Winsap or something like that. It didn't feel great. It was just a tentacle monster. I was like, "Oh, rather a dragon battle." Not gonna lie, and it was summon Darkspawn and stuff, like in Origins, that kind of blight at the end and stuff. But unfortunately, no. It's just been they've just been really just, but it's just boring. There was so much stuff they could use and pull on from previous games, but they decided to go with the zombie-esque, goofy-looking Darkspawn. Don't the art style of this enemy is just so silly. Like it's honestly like, they don't even have eyelids or anything anymore. They're just like skull faces and kind of thing. And they just seems so silly, and it's really annoying me, to be honest, fighting him. Like, I really like Origins. I like the story and that the fact that the Darkspawn are organized in kind of ways and stuff like that. And have armor and kind of like not a culture, but they have their own thing and do their own stuff. But now it's just like, oh yeah, mindless zombies that just, making piles of slop everywhere now. That's great. Nice. I mean, they did do that, but at least they did it in their own private of their deep roads. But yeah, it's just like, it could have been way better. They really should have gave them like armor and weapons and stuff like that, and being, because they're being empowered by a god and and an archdemon and stuff like that, that they should be able to be like, oh, we've got this new will, we can strip entire cities for their resources and make really armored inventory and stuff like that, instead of just having him sprouting up from the ground from these blobs just naked and stuff. Or at least have him like have some chitinous kind of armor around their chest and head and organs and arms and stuff like that, instead of just being bare chested monsters running in kind of thing. And that even goes for the big guys. They're all like kind of unarmored and stuff, to be honest. There's no like, why is their chest bare? They should be covered in like, that's where the the heart, the lungs are. There really should be defensive protection around that for it just it doesn't make any sense, to be honest. Because like they're like corrupted and being shaped by a god, and the god didn't even think, oh yeah, I should probably for him to live a little bit longer and not to drain my power of constantly having to make these monsters of themselves and stuff like that. Let's put him in the armor a little bit, like a bit of like even just like some tusk or nail or whatever, you know, a bit of harder stuff around them and darken it and make it's really uninspired kind of thing, and it's just been reduced to zombies, and I don't like zombies. That's boring to me. But like just looking at the previous, Darkspawn, even in like, DA2 and Inquisition and stuff like that, they did have armor. They did have like a bit of intelligence about them, even though there was like no, blight or anything. But still, it's just like it's very disappointing, and it really needed work. And there's just that just seems like a thing of Dragon Age Veilguard. It's disappointing and it's uninspired, and it just went to the wrong directions. And it's just the people at Bioware, the people there are just not good at, you know, unfortunately, the only thing they are good at is the environmental stuff, which is stunning, is amazing. But they couldn't get like the proper, even though they've been iterations of Darkspawn before that were way cooler. They couldn't do it properly in this one. Again, I do feel like DA2 what didn't look great, and DA 3 Inquisition looked a bit better. It's getting back to like Dragon Age Origins kind of looking style a little bit. Like I can see the inspiration there, but they didn't. And then they should have just gone, yeah, let's bring them back and Dragon Age Veilguard, but they didn't. They made him so stupid and so silly, and it's immensely disappointing and stuff like that. They just suck. I just hate them. And yeah, so that's even with all the written lore to say, oh, there's a reason why it's unimaginative and boring, and I don't like it. I dislike it a lot. So yeah, that's all from me. I'll see you in the next one. Well, what else do you hate about Dragon Age? I'll see you. Bye bye.